Yo, what's good, y'all, man? It's Macshooter 49. Welcome back to another tutorial. Class is now in session. Today we're going to be breaking down this sample I made in the style of Toliver. But yeah, man, this is like a synthy, emotional kind of vibe. So let me just play the sample. Bro, I almost shedded a tear making this. I used my boy James Craft starter, but I did flip it so there's enough to show, enough education for me to put y'all on some sauce. Alright, so James Craft sent me a bunch of starters, man, and shout out for him. So he just sent me these chops. I stretched it, but let me play you the original chop. So as you see, I just kept repeating this first part. When I heard it, I was like, this gives me an instant Travis Scott vibe. Then I put some halftime on it, default settings, and some sound shifter. I pitched it up 1 octave, turned the high end up just a little bit, and then I put it up about 300 cents. To give it that kind of vintage Toliver vibe. The halftime makes it a little bit faster and makes the space in the middle like less there, so like it just takes the space out much faster, if you get what I mean. Alright, then I took the second chop and I pitched it down 900 cents. This is on the same mixer track as the halftime and the sound shifter, so here's what it sounds like. What this is just a bass that James Craft had in the chop, and I just took all the white noise out and just chopped it up just like this. And then for the second part, I pitched it up 300 cents to go like this. Like I said, that was on the second mixer track with the halftime and the sound shifter. So right now we got this cool little sample. What I did was add some analog lab 5 on top of that. This was just some bell ambience I added and didn't do too much with this. This is called the, I'm not gonna pronounce that, but here's what it's called. It's from Prod by HZE. I don't know which bank, guys. I only use the Explore section over here. No processing on that, so you can hardly hear, but it's for ambience. It's in the back. Next, I added this bass from 44th Floor Circle One Shot Kit. For Toliver and Travis Scott type samples, you kind of want to have a deep, distorted type of bass. Gives it that real analog feeling. Next, I kind of got super experimental with it and added this off-pitch vocal. Yeah, that sounds terrible, but it's in the background. It's still in there, but you know, you can hardly hear it, right? I don't know. I just kept it in there. Maybe it adds something to it. Just some ambience, I guess. Just added some Valhalla vintage verb, drowned in the reverb, and put it 100% merged. Next, I added these 2 perk thingies to give it some rhythm. Yeah, like I said, I got super experimental with this loop. I just did anything for real. This is on the same mixer track, Valhalla Vintage Verb. Next, I added this reverse synth from 44 Floors Circle One Shot Kit called Close Together. All I did was add some Valhalla Vintage Verb and I just reversed it, pitched it up 100 cents. Lastly, for this first part, I added an accent. Nothing on the mixer track. Alright, man, so time to get into the second part. This is probably the first loop I did on this channel that has like 3 different parts. Okay, so for this second part, I just kept this bass in, kept the analog lab in, and I added this keyscape. I guess this is where the Toliver vibe kind of comes in with like these kind of jazzy-ish, R&B-ish pianos. I could kind of hear him singing on this. I don't know music theory, so I don't know really how to explain this. Once I learn music theory, man, I'm gonna really break this down for y'all. And even if you need to set the scale highlighting, I just go off by ear, but the scale highlighting also does help me out a lot too. And also, to make this piano sound so realistic like it's being played, always make sure to strum using Alt-S. All I did with that was use some Fruity Reverb too, turn the wet level all the way up, and turn the stereo separation to 52%. Alright, next I kind of did the same thing, layered the piano with this analog lab pad. It's not the same pattern. I just took out a few extra things because it would be doing too much. This pad just kind of lays in the background as another piece of ambience. This is the Bystanders pad from Noah Cuz. This pad doesn't have too much effects on it, just a fruity reverb too, and that's about it. All right, next, the sauciest part of this whole sample is this synth. Adding that synth really adds some real emotion. It's like screaming at you, but it really brings out that Travis Scott vibe, that Don Toliver vibe to it. But here's some sauce that I did. So all that I did to make it like, you know, modulate throughout the whole thing was, you see this filter right here, and like I said, coming into Arteria and playing with these actual leads and these buttons instead of just having the presets. I actually start messing with like the oscillators, the mod. I just play with the filter and I play with this cutoff. So when it plays, the cutoff moves. I just move that up, move that down. You know, this is what you actually have to do with the real synth too. It just makes it sound realistic. So that's a little tip for y'all if y'all want to make y'all synth sound realistic, man. Didn't do anything to here. Just took out the low end, took out some of the high end, and more of that low end, and just added some fruity reverb too. Same regular preset, just the wet knob and the dry knob above. That's it. Also, I did a bunch of stereo separation too, 50% separated. And that's about it. No extra add-ons that I added. The one shots are all here. I just took some out for the second part, just to have some uniqueness to it. I made this pattern unique, so you see us on pattern 6, it's on pattern 7 now. And same pattern here, except it's just one octave higher. Beautiful, beautiful. Round of applause for that, man. At the end, everything just comes together so smoothly. A little bit of you know, distortion here and there, but like it's whatever. It's supposed to be analog. All right, for my master, I got something new for y'all. It's called the OTO Biscuit 8-bit effects. This is from the Softtube bundle that I had. I recently just got it. It's from Softtube, and I just got the whole bundle. It kind of gives it an analog effect. I mean, when you turn it up all the way, it sounds like this. Gives it that 8-bit effect. I need it to sound analog. I mean, this is Travis Scott we're doing here, and just some sound shifter. Well, thank y'all so much for watching this tutorial, man. Next video will be episode 2 of Drum Theory. It will be Southside. A lot of y'all requested. I'm gonna have the episode 3 probably be Wheezy, and then maybe wondagurl next and all that. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. My kits are down below. All my socials are down below. Shout out to Keanu for editing this video, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, peace, guys.